Yo, what's up guys? Jack from Modern Mining here. Today we're going to talk about what the heck is going on with Pyrin. If you've been mining, you've noticed that Pyrin has gone up a ton in the last week. It's actually gone up about 4x, and with that has dragged up mining profits. My farm itself has become like 3x more profitable just in the last week. Today we're going to dive a little deeper into the Pyrin project. Is this a coin that you should be holding after this insane price run, or should you be cashing out your mining payments as soon as you get them? We're going to look at that. We're also going to look at what is the market cap and current ranking of Pyrin, because obviously you can see here on CoinGecko, it doesn't tell you. It doesn't have the circulating supply in here. So we don't know if this is a top 500 coin at this price or a top 1,000 coin at this price. We don't know. So we're going to calculate that. Stay tuned till the end. I'll show some sadness on if I hadn't cashed out all my Pyrin over the last few months, as soon as I got paid out in it, what I could have made profit. And unfortunately, it's a lot less than it should have been. So let's get into it. All right, so let's talk about Pyrin's price. That's the main crazy thing that's going on right now. So you can see even a week ago, Pyrin was sitting around 7 cents, maybe 7.5 cents. But this morning I woke up and it's at 29 cents. So a 4x in less than a week's time. And it doesn't seem like it's slowing down at all. I keep thinking that these crashes are going to be the end of it, but then it pumps right back up. So I woke up this morning wanting to do sort of a deep dive. You can also see that the trading volume is almost 11 million, which I'm pretty sure is way higher than a lot of other coins. So let's check out Carlson real quick, somewhat of a similar coin. Trading volume is only 2.5 million. So obviously there's been a pretty significant influx of new people buying Pyrin, and let's figure out why. Along with these insane profits, it's also brought GPU mining profits up. If you remember, I had just made a video a few days ago on what my farm was making, and it was about $6 a day with CPU mining included into that. And if you take a look now, my farm's making $16 a day on just Pyrin. So let's add another $2 to that for ZIL, $18, and about another $1 for Zeph CPU mining. So almost making $20 a day profit, or $140 a week. That's getting back to some awesome numbers, and I'm thinking GPU mining is coming back. Who knows if it'll stay, but right now things are looking awesome. So this morning I joined the Pyrin Discord to try to get a little more information on where is this pump coming from. And first thing I went to is this announcements page just to kind of see if anything crazy has happened. And it looks like they've had a few partnerships here, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know if these are actually anything significant. MongoDB and Microsoft for Startups Founders Hub, I don't know what those are, and I mean, MongoDB is used in shitloads of applications, so that might mean absolutely nothing, but those are at least some big names, so they are kind of branching out into some partnerships. And some other things I found interesting on here is there's a potential partnership with Tangent Wallet, which that could be good. And they just released a new Pyrin Explorer, which we're gonna take a look at that. And then I think those were the main things. And they got listed on MEXC exchange. So that's a little bit bigger than your standard TradeOgre or ZegX or any of those exchanges. So that was pretty big, but that was back on January 30th. So that alone is definitely not where these crazy price increases have happened. Taking a look really quick at the roadmap, you can see that there is a mobile wallet now. I think it's only for Android, but there is a web wallet now as well. We'll take a look at that as well. Some concerning things that they don't have yet is there's still not a white paper, which I would think would be one of the first things that they would release, but maybe it's going to be super detailed, who knows, but there's not a white paper yet. And there's also not a desktop core wallet, which personally, if I can use a web wallet and not have to potentially download a sketchy core wallet to my computer, then I'm totally fine with that. So some people would like to have a core wallet, but right now we only have a web wallet, and that's relatively new. But let's take a quick look at the The Pyrin web wallet is right here. I haven't made one yet, but it looks pretty nice just from this homepage. So if you don't want to keep all your coins on TradeOgre or one of these exchanges, you can look into their web wallet. And the next thing we'll take a look at is the Pyrin Explorer. So this is a pretty cool little page. I'm not sure what these lines are supposed to be representing, but they are kind of constantly updating. I'm sure it has something to do with network transactions. But what we can see here is the circulating supply of Pyrin. So going back to CoinGecko, that circulating supply is not in here, so we don't know what the market cap is. So let's really quickly just do some calculations and see what is the market cap of Pyrin. So 0.2872 times, let's go back to this right here, 173,517,402. So it looks like market cap of 49 million. So let's go back to CoinGecko and see where does that land us at 49 million. All right, so 49 million is going to put us right around 750 coin rank. So that's pretty decent. I mean, it's inside the top 1,000 now, but obviously still room for growth. That's interesting to see. I hadn't looked that up beforehand. So 750. It's passed up Neoxa, some of these other coins that are still sitting out of the top 1,000. So the question now is, does it stay there or does it not? And some of the things that Pyrin is working on that we need to take into consideration on if we want to actually hold this coin or not is the biggest promise I saw in the Discord is that, let's see if I can find this again. In a nutshell, and I don't know who this guy is, take this all with a grain of salt, obviously, and disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, so make your own decisions, but apparently, and we know this already, there's no ASICs, fair launch, there's no pre-mine, no pre-allocation. Smart contracts are apparently promised before Caspa. And since this being a Caspa fork, that's significant, but they can always say whatever they want to say. But if that's true, then this could definitely go higher. And then they have this PAIW. So you've heard of like proof of useful work. Well, I thought this stood for proof of AI work, but that's not exactly what it stands for. It stands for, let's see, resource managing proof of work. So the acronym doesn't really align with what it actually means, but it essentially, when you break down into what that is, they do bring up AI and that eventually they'd like to have your GPUs doing AI work for external companies, and that would help bring revenue to the project and to the miners themselves. So if they do that, obviously that's another crazy good thing that the project could do. I feel like a lot of these coins are just throwing AI into their projects just to get hype behind them, but we'll see. So if you believe in these two things, that smart contracts will come before Caspa and that proof of work, the resource managing version of it, PAIW, will also come to Pyrin, those are some pretty significant things that could raise the price long term. So what am I doing? I think what I'm gonna do is I've sold all my Pyrin up to this point because I just thought it was a shit coin and I didn't want to risk holding it. But I think now I'm gonna build maybe a 500 Pyrin bag, nothing crazy, 500, 1,000, and sit on that and see what happens. Lastly, I wanted to show you why it's so important to hold when the yield is high for coins and sell when the yield is low. So I have mine Pyrin on and off for the last few months, and you can see if I go to my TradeOgre trade history, I've got 6 sells. First one being January 30th, and then about 5 in February, and then 1 yesterday. And you can see my one yesterday was 203 Pyrin. I sold it for $34. And my one just a month ago was 228 Pyrin, and I sold it for $7.50. So obviously I got way less money for the same amount of Pyrin there. And so all of my sales combined is about 41, 46, 49, 54, about $57 worth of Pyrin that I've sold over the past 3 months. But if we go to the mining pool, you can see my lifetime earnings of Pyrin. If I had held and sold now, it would have been $773. So you can see why it's so important to hold coins when the yield is high early on and sell when the price goes up a little bit. Obviously, I was taking the less risky side of that. I would rather take that $34 and move it into Bitcoin. But you can see if I was a little riskier, I would have made $773. I have a friend who's been mining Pyrin the full time for the last 3 months, and he would have had like 3K if he had not sold along the way, but unfortunately he did as well. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully Pyrin keeps going and these mining profits keep it up. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.